very much. Thank you very much for joining today's open day about the biotech and pharmaceutical management. I'm always excited to talk about this, and we've got people here to talk to you about the excitement that they have about when I talk about biotech and pharmaceutical management. And I would like to welcome you today and speak about the experience in biotech and pharmaceutical management, what are the expectations, and probably some sort of structure of the course, and that will be your opportunity to ask questions. So I will start with, there we go. As you can see here, Ayush is here with us. So I'm not sure if you can see me here in the middle, standing in the middle. I still have the same jacket, and those are your colleagues who graduated from biotech and pharmaceutical management, who started in 2022, and they just finished literally now. We released the marks officially 2-3 days ago, and the board will be in tomorrow to confirm it. So, but before I talk about the biotech and pharma, let's talk a little bit about the GBSH, Global Business School for Health. We are the first business school in the world, totally dedicated to educating the next generation of health and healthcare leaders. So we are aiming to introduce people who will make change, will make a significant change, not only to the industry, also to the healthcare. So not only to the biotech and pharma, but also to how the patients can be, can access medicines, how patients can be satisfied with the quality of services that biotech and pharmaceutical companies serve. So we reimagine global healthcare management. We look at the challenges from business perspective. I always tell my students who are now, who will be my colleagues after graduation, put the cap on as a business, from business perspective, and put the cap on as a as a scientific perspective. What do you see? You will see different stuff. As we question the status, healthcare management, how to inspire the good, the public good, and that's basically one of the main mission and vision of Global Business School for Health. You can see some faces here. I can see Sai, he graduated. He's now working in a consultancy company. Millie, she's working in a generic pharmaceutical company. That's Max. He secured an internship in Hoffman La Roche. I can't see the rest, obviously, but biotech and pharma provides the advanced knowledge of biotechnology and pharmaceutical sector from business and management perspective. So how to develop the business, how to sustain it, and how this will gonna impact the healthcare industry. Pharmaceuticals and biotech, they are the engines of healthcare industry. Just imagine without pharmaceutical companies, what was going to happen during COVID time. Pharmaceutical companies, they led the initiative, they managed to distribute the vaccine, and they saved lives of others. Despite that, research is important, science is important, but the interaction between the science and the research is quite important as well. And these will add some sort of dynamics to the sector, and will provide some sort of advantages to the healthcare industry. The discipline that we are proud of is the pharmacoeconomics. Pharmacoeconomics, probably we are not the first university who's teaching pharmacoeconomics, but we are one of the rare ones that we offer pharmacoeconomics to our students as part of the course. And also, you can probably, after you graduate, you can start your own business. You work with others. Or maybe you continue with the existing company to be promoted using the skills that you gained from this course. The cost here is about 18K for the UK residents, 32.1K for the overseas students, and the starting date will be 24 months. Full-time is offered for international students. Just be careful. Part-time is offered for local students. The reason why, because we have face-to-face lectures and seminars. In order for you to apply for a student visa, if you're joining from international, internationally or global country, then you probably need to apply for a student visa, and the student visa one of the requirements is to get the full-time offer letter. And that will be in the UCL East, the east side of London, which is, in my opinion, the most emerging, and it has loads of potential, for expansion in the near future. So admissions, we actually look at the admissions. For those who know me, I read every single word. So when you put in an application to join the program, just make sure that your paperwork are fully uploaded and you've got everything in there in the application. I would like to highlight that there are stages of the process. So when you make the application, someone will look at your application first. So that person might look at you. If you submit today, then you're probably in the queue for the submission, and that probably about 2 to 3 weeks. And then within 2 to 3 weeks, you will receive an email from the team saying, "Oh, we have a missing paper, or there is a missing document. So can you please upload it?" And then you will go back to the queue. So that might take a while. So make sure that you have all the details available. I've got a few questions here. I'll come to the questions in a minute. So we are looking for an equivalent standard of 2:1, or in the undergrad degree, or maybe if you have relevant industry experience, we welcome that, and we look at the industry experts in the field, to come and join the program. If you are an international student, you graduated from international university or global university, we need IELTS. Especially for the non-English speaking universities, we need IELTS of 7 or above, and no area less than 6.5. Of course, we accept TOEFL, we accept other tests, but these tests are basically should be equivalent to the IELTS. And this will gonna happen in the admissions, where they will look at all the test results and make sure that you fulfill the requirements of the program. Personal statement is your investment. So you need to invest in personal statement. Why should we accept you to the course? Why biotech and pharmaceutical management is important to you? I always read the personal statement. I enjoy reading it. So just don't make it too long. Probably a page, maximum page and a half, max. Just to see why you're here. What do you want? I would love to see your passion and your engagement in writing personal statement. So who is the program for? You may already work in biotechnology or pharmaceuticals. And again, these are the photos of your colleagues who graduated already. So you've already worked in biotechnology and pharmaceuticals and wish to cross into management, or maybe you may work in a consultancy capacity or consultancy firm with biotechnology and pharmaceutical sector. A lot of these big four companies, they all have pharmaceutical and healthcare consultancy. And it is ideal for individuals who want to work in the biotech and pharmaceutical industry. You will hit the ground running, and you will start immediately, when you join the company, because you're going to speak the same language. You're going to understand what they're trying to do. You'll be able to, to get engaged very quickly with your your employer. That's again another photo here. That's Leo, he's from Germany, Isabel from Germany, Max from France. That's myself, I'm here. That's Millie, and I think that's Rika, and that is Ran. So can you tell that, I'm attracting students in this course from different backgrounds. Students coming in this year. Last year, we've got students from 17 different countries, and this year we've got students from 30 different countries. So we've got students coming from different backgrounds, different understanding of the word, and different experiences, and that would also expand your relationship with others. You probably, the good question that I always ask, I'm coming from from Bangladesh. Oh, how many pharmaceutical companies there? Do you have ABIs there? Is there an FDA approved pharmaceutical companies? How many biotech firms there? So all these type of questions will become, you will become curious to understand it and to understand the dynamics of that industry. Um, Now back to the slides. The program induction activities is a one-week induction enables students to focus on personal and professional development. I always tell my students, and you're going to speak to two of them today. Thank you very much for joining. When you start the course, you've already started your career. That is the start of your career. That's not out of your career. Don't wait until the end of the course. You start already. You don't have to make the applications and join the companies at the beginning, but maybe you start to think about, where do I want to go? How do I want to penetrate the market? What is the area of interest that I would like to build? So it is 180 credits, 6 compulsory modules, 15 credits, 1 compulsory module that is 30 credits, and we have 2 30 credit projects as well. We've got clinical trials and statistics and regulatory frameworks. And term 2, we have key business issues and opportunities, in terms of the, introduction to the research. The business project, you develop a new idea, a new drug, probably an idea for a new drug, biotechnology. Most of the students who submitted last year, they focused too much on the technology and the changes within the technology. Some of them, they used apps. Some of them, they suggested, a product that can be sold on Amazon. And that attracted, investors as well. We've had the Dragon's Den event last year, so we are planning to do it this year as well and next year. And also for the research, it's a choice, it's a topic of choice. We remove all the barriers in front of you, and you decide which direction, which area of research you're interested in. And remember, that is basically what will be your future and what is the label. So you can say, I've done a research on, managing clinical trials, or managing a team in clinical trials, and how the leadership skills in clinical trials can make a difference. So now let's talk about the scholarships, a subject that I like to talk about, which is, we offer scholarships for women health leader scholarships. It's up to 5K for female students who demonstrate leadership potential, but we also offer global health leaders scholarships up to £5,000. And that is offered for students from the UK, Africa, Asia, probably from everywhere, who have exceptional leadership. After you may secure a place in GBSH, you're eligible to apply. There will be a form and there will be a statement that you need to write. And that's why I told you at the beginning, invest in your personal statement, because you might use some of the statement from there to put it for the scholarship application as well. And again, we accept all type of scholarships, wide range of graduate. Please look at UCL's website. A lot of these scholarships are already published. We are a research-driven institution. We have some scholarships available for students who would like to be, and we also offer. We offered a scholarship this year for UCL for East London as well. That is outside GBSH, but it has been fully funded, and the students who applied if you are living in the east side of London, very close to UCL, I think we offered 1 or 2 scholarships. So please make sure that you apply if you are living there for, I think, in the last 3 years. That's not us, but it's the career. We have 1 week induction before the program starts. We focus again on your personal development, but we have 2 career fairs. We've got one already conducted, and that was last week, the 8th of November, and we've got another one in February. So every year we believe that your success, your investment in joining the course is our investment as well. I believe, when you graduate and you find a job, I'm so passionate for you. I'm so passionate for you to get engaged as well with the industry. I always say, I put you at the right place and you speak the right language. And this is basically how you attract the attention of industry representatives. In the business project, you will have industry mentors. The industry mentors were going to help you, in answering your questions. Some of these industry mentors are, coming from small, medium enterprises, some of them from large companies, large pharmaceutical companies. They will teach you the mindset. You will have the opportunity to learn from them and to get engaged with them for your career. As I said, everything that we do at this course is to help you to reach your objective and find the right job for you. That is really important. Find the right job and the right opportunity for you. A lot of people might say, where would I go after graduation? You can work in a pharmaceutical company. You can work in health consultancy like KBMG, Deloitte, PwC, McKinsey. They all, they are aware of you of this course. They are aware that we have graduates, by the way. So they are waiting until they see where the graduates are going. And I'm very pleased to say that last year, a lot of these students that I know that I've been in touch with, which reaches about 40%, they've already secured jobs. The reason why I know that because I've written some statements for them and to support their applications. You might work in public or private healthcare spaces in the NHS, insurance companies, your home country probably, or one of the students, she's a doctor and she would like to be a medical advisor for a pharmaceutical company. That's really good. So she is learning these, business terms. So she will be a medical advisor for big pharmaceutical companies from in Belgium. She's currently doing the masters currently this year, and you might end up starting business or work together as a team. If your project can become a business later on, we will help you by connecting you with people who might be interested to fund your idea. And again, more photos from your colleagues. So the student union. I was not a student at UCL. So please, the student union, think about the clubs and the societies they offer. It's a lot of fun. I've heard from colleagues. I've heard from colleagues who have their kids at UCL, and they said how much they enjoy these activities and these clubs. We're expanding as well in UCL East, and you will find a lot of these activities are relevant to you and to your career. We offer also volunteering. Today, I announced, I think Ayushi, you've done something with me last year, and we announced also student job as internship to do a small project for the students about the diversity. So every year we've got a small funding here and there just to do a research, and that will also expand your knowledge and your understanding. Student support and well-being is available. Mental health and well-being counseling services is also available. We understand the pressure that you're going through when you come to the UK from your home country, homesickness and being able to speak to someone. So we offer that type of support, and these activities would help you as well, just to stay focused on what you want to do and how you would continue your studies. Life at UCL East, state-of-art facilities. I'm not very sure if this will gonna give me the pointer. I don't think it will allow me to give the pointer. Oh, sorry. So this is Marshgate. This is Marshgate, and this is Wimpole Street. These two buildings are owned by UCL. So these where we teach most of our seminars and our materials. Of course, you can see Canary Wharf here. There's also a mall next to us, about 8 minutes walk. Shopping mall Westfield, sorry, shopping center. We also have loads of these activities available in the east side of London. It's becoming a big and massive areas for interaction with others and activities. I'm not very sure if you are in London or outside London, or you visited London before, but London is ranked top city for students in the UK. I can see that London provides a really good environment for students to to interact with others, learn from each other. It's the center of the world now. You will learn a lot from living in the London and living in London and getting engaged with the society. It's tourist attraction, so so maybe if you're there, don't tell anyone. So people might say, "Oh, you become my friend. I'll come to visit you in London, and maybe I have some time off." So it's a tourist attraction. It might distract you from your studies, so just be careful, don't overdo it. Uh, there are some museums and galleries and institutes, of course, pubs and clubs, and all these are available in life in London. So that's Patrice. She's now in Bristol Myers Squibb. Uh, again, the upcoming events, Tuesday the 14th, that's probably tomorrow. We've got the Global Healthcare Management with Roots. And also on the 16th, we've got Global Healthcare Management, and Digital Health Entrepreneurship is also on the 17th. More activities and more engagement we offer. Please take advantage of that. Again, same photo, I guess, with your colleagues. So put your question here. You can always reach out to me, and I will reply to you as soon as I can. So let me just stop sharing. There we go. Okay. So we've got a few questions, but before before I start to talk about the questions, I would like to welcome Noah and Ayushi. Can you unmute and let's see you here. Hi, Ayushi.
Hello.
Hi, Noah.
Hello, I apologise. I think my camera's having a bit of difficulty.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We can hear you though. We can hear you. So
That's all good.
Ayushi and Noah, tell me a little bit about you. What did you, we will take about 5 minutes and then we will go to the questions straight away. And then, the attendees can ask questions to you both. But let me just start with you, Ayushi. So Ayushi, why did you join the course at the first place? What did you do? Tell us a little bit about you, just like a dialogue.
Sure. So, I'm originally from India, so I would say I'm one of the more international cohorts that joined the course. And prior to coming to UCL, I did my undergraduate degree in biotechnology, so it's pure science. And a lot of my experience was also lab-based prior to the course. And so early on, I realized that I wanted something more business where I could see the application of science in and how it actually helps people. And I think I was very lucky that I found this course at the perfect time where I wanted to make that shift and learn more professionally. So that was my predominant motivation behind doing this course, and it fit all those criteria very well. So I'm very happy with my journey at UCL. Yep.
Very good. Thank you. Thanks, Ayushi. Noah.
Yeah, sure. A bit of a similar route into the course actually. So I did pharmacology, so a very science-based undergraduate in Cardiff. I've always studied in the UK. Likewise, very science-related lab work, and I sort of realised that during my last year that probably wasn't for me. So I was actively trying to search something a bit more business or at least management related, with the aim of going into consulting afterwards. But I still wanted to remain in like life science slash pharma industry. So yeah, I came across this course and couldn't be happier really. I would say the one thing, and I probably took it for granted whilst I was actually studying this course, is how well-rounded it actually makes you in terms of those business roles within the industry. I like on a daily basis now work with completely different roles across the industry, and this course would be suited for any single one of them. So if you have any form of interest in the business side of pharma, then this is the place to be.
Yeah, thank you. So Noah, let me just ask you and then come back to Ayushi. So what do you do now? What is your position and which company you work with now?
Yeah, so as soon as I started at UCL, I went through the consulting interviews with all the big companies. I went for PwC, Deloitte, McKinsey, Bain, and then came across a tech company in America called Viva Systems, and they essentially provide cloud software for the pharma industry as a whole. Work with the top 20 pharma in the world. Most people in the industry will know who Viva is, but they have a new arm, which is their consulting arm. So I'm essentially now working in management consulting in their business consulting arm with the companies that they sold the tech to, and now basically trying to pinch work off the big consulting firms.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
yeah,
That's great
can,
news.
so
Well
yeah.
done. Congratulations. And did you expect that at the beginning, Noah?
Um, from a getting a consulting job perspective, or from
Yeah,
doing the course? I mean,
yeah,
consulting is notoriously hard to get into. I'm sure anyone that wants to go into it will already be very aware of that. But I'd say persistence is key, and
correct.
like you've just heard, doing the right thing and making sure you're aware of what you're doing and making sure it's right for you,
Correct.
and really just putting your effort into the things that will be benefiting you the most. And especially in relation to the course, from that perspective, make sure you make the most of all the career opportunities, listen to the experts you get in, talk to, because it's a really good space to grow and learn the skills that will get you forward into that consulting role that you really want to be in.
Excellent. Excellent.
But
Thank you so much, Noah. Yeah, sorry.
short answer, no, I wasn't expecting it. But afterwards, I can see how it's happened.
Yes, exactly, exactly. What about you, Ayushi? Let me just start with you. Again, you've done this course.
Yeah.
What is your position and what do you do now?
Yeah, so actually, I'm just about to start on a job, which is also in consulting. So it's more purely, I would say, healthcare consulting and life science consulting. So it's called Cambridge Healthcare Research, and I'll be joining on as a consultant. So we will be looking at secondary research, primary research, going into conferences, and working with different pharma and life science clients in solving any their strategic and competitive analysis that they want us to do for new drugs or just in general their positioning. So that's I'm about to start that. Yeah.
And did you expect that, Ayushi, when you joined?
I would say like I think for me it was a bit of a journey because I think I came in thinking that I want to join maybe a startup. And I think throughout the course, I really like the different modules made me realize that strategy is something that I could be good at and something I'm interested in, especially in the life science space.
Hmm.
So I think it just naturally, once I did the courses, those skills developed, and I felt like that was a good fit. So I think by the end of it, I am pleasantly surprised in a good way. I would say that this is where I've ended up. So no complaints. Very
Very
happy.
good. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Thank you very much, Noah and Ayushi. We have some set of questions, but we released the marks. Are you both happy with the marks so far?
Yes, absolutely.
Noah,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good. Very,
I'm pleased.
very good. Very good. Very good. Let me just tell you something that's, I think the Biotech and Pharma students did fantastically well. There was a growth of 10% in the marks between term one to term two to term three. So the
Wow.
increase was massive, which means probably that's the course would be growing up in terms of the achievements when it's compared to other courses, which is great. That was a fantastic achievement. So anyway, let me just go to the questions. You please, if you have questions for Ayushi and Noah, I'll just read the questions. I'll just go to the Q&A. I'll just go through these one by one. So the first question from Sahal Emps. My question was different in part of writing section. Is it about the English test? So the weakness here in writing, I guess, the variation in writing, we strongly recommend, Sahal, just to achieve the writing. Writing represents about 105 credits. So writing assignments, writing interaction with others in writing, that is very important. So focus on that. You're not that much different. Let's try again to reach the 24. I'm not sure if it's 24 in IELTS or not, but let's try again to reach the 24 in your application. Remember, the applications are really competitive. Last year, Ayushi and Noah, probably we've got students from 17 different countries. This year, we have 30 different countries. So every year we are basically improving, high diversity. So we would like to make sure that you're basically in the comfort zone and you understand, the communication with the students and tutors. Hi, will this session be recorded and shared with attendees? My internet is a bit glitchy. I think it is recorded. Am I right, Selena? Selena, I think yes, that is confirmed. It has been recorded. So you will receive it. Sir, is there any jobs for MSc Biotechnology students? So I'm not very sure what does that mean. When you say MSc Biotechnology students, I'm not very sure about the question. Please, can you rewrite the question again? So you give me better insight to give you the right answer. What is the cost of living for students? Probably that is the question. Very difficult for me, but I will ask Ayushi and Noah. So Noah, what is the cost of living for students?
Um, I don't know actually. Usually, maybe you want to start because I've like lived in the UK for my entire life, so it's not really much of a shock to me. So I don't know if you want to give a better perspective.
Yeah, so I would say like besides the student accommodations that you live in, so they are definitely more subsidized. So I would recommend like looking into that. As far as cost of living in terms of food and everything, I think you have to be quite strategic about that because London can get quite expensive. So a lot of us would cook. And then also there are a lot of meal deals. We also have UCL East Campus. There is a student union shop where you can get meal deals, which are quite cheap, actually. I would say around £3. And then beyond that commute, like if you are already living in East London, then it shouldn't be much of a problem because you can just walk to campus. A lot of us were in that area.
Hmm.
But I mean, I would say, yeah. Beyond that, really, it's all up to you on how much you want to go out and spend. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I just like obviously London is an expensive city, but
Yeah.
you spend a lot of time, a lot of your time's taken up during the year on the course by actually studying. So you're not spending money when you're also doing that. Um, but I just say like whether you're going to stay here afterwards or go elsewhere, budget to make the most of your time in London. It is an expensive city, but if you budget well, there's like you just highlighted there. There's ways you can limit your spend, but also do have fun and put money aside to enjoy what London has to offer as well.
Yeah. I always, encourage people just to think about how they enjoy while they are studying as well. So have some time off. Maybe you remember, Noah, when I started, I said choose 2 days that you don't want to study in. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So wait, what are they through two days? And then accordingly play everything around. So just change everything around these 2 days. But in these 2 days, you have to promise yourself these are the days that I don't want to study. I don't want to look at my screen. So yes, I agree. I can't disagree with this. It depends on you, basically, how much you want to spend. And as you know, probably at the beginning, the first few weeks, you might learn, where to go, how to go, what to buy, what not to buy. So thank you for the talk. When will we hear from you on our application outcome? I'm not very sure. Did you submit? Does that mean you submitted? If you submitted, then it should be staying with the admission teams probably for 2 to 3 weeks. I think we opened the submissions end of October, like 2 weeks. So it's probably on the way. And you will hear back as soon as possible. Um, Sahal, I have a CGPA of 7.43 in Bachelor in Pharmacy, and I did master's degree in the Department of Pharmaceutics, and you secured 7.65. Can I know the eligibility of the program? We accept students from, master's degree, but of course the name of the university is important. The credibility of the university is important. When you make the application, someone will look at your paperwork and will confirm that to you in writing. But you are eligible to apply. You're always eligible to apply, and you never know. I have 5 years pharmaceutical consulting experience. Oh, that's really cool. If there is a scholarship basis for work experience, no. We offer support, from practical experience, Farman. But the scholarships are crystal clear. There are criteria for the scholarships. Please have a look at the website. It's rarely available to these type of scholarships, but if you're basically presenting leadership position or you work, I'm not sure if you are basically here in London or you are overseas. So the situation might be different. When you make the application and you secure a place, then you look at the criteria for the scholarships. I hope that's clear. Um, TOEFL IBT home edition is accepted. TOEFL is accepted, but of course it has probably that's the same question for you, Sahal, about the English. So the English is very important. You know, we look at the English as one of the criteria. I start with English test. That's the first document I look at, and then followed by that the undergrad degree. So I want you just to understand everything we do here in our teaching in the classroom. That is very important to me. If you don't understand it, probably Ayush and Noah know that. I will spend more days with you just to get you to know what I'm talking about. So too tough. I would like to make sure that English is secured. So without getting that would be a trouble. So we need to make sure that you've got over the threshold in the English test. Sahal, you're not that much far anyway from getting the mark. What is the placement percentage? So I'm not very sure who asked the question. Are you asking me what is the percentage of people who found jobs so far? If that is the question, until this moment, the last 4 weeks, I've checked and I've reached about 40%. But I'm sure if I ask the question again, we will get back with more people. They found jobs or they already secured jobs. But I'm not very sure. I don't have an answer for this question. Question for Ayushi and Noah. Was it time consuming to commute to UCL East? And did you feel separated from societies, work experience opportunities at the main campus? Thanks. So I will start with you, Noah, because you're unmuted. So can you start to answer the question? Was it time consuming to commute?
To be honest,
Yeah.
sorry, there's no name on this, so I don't know who's asked it, but I'm not sure if you live in London, but it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to take the same amount of time. No, whether it's a mile down the road or whether it's across London, like it's just the way it is. It just seems to work out the same. It's not. It's essentially the same as a commute to work, so it's not something that it really bothered me when I was studying, and especially with the facilities. Well, especially the facilities now, they're even better than when I was at UCL. But you tend to spend all day on campus anyway. Like if you're going to go for a 9 a.m., the chances are you'll have something at 2 or 3 o'clock on the same day anyway, so you'll stay there. So the time spread across the day doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
And in terms of being separated from main campus, it might be slightly different for me because I lived by main campus. I was only 10 minutes on the tube from there. But no, if you get involved with a society or have something that you can stay committed to, you won't feel separated at all.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so very much, Noah. Ayusha, do you want to add anything to that question?
Yeah, I would actually, because I was actually part of the Salsa Society quite regularly. So I would go almost every week for classes, sometimes twice a week. And honestly, I never felt like I was detached or anything. It was a nice change actually traveling to go to the main campus sometimes. So I would say no, like that's not an issue. You get used to it, and it's actually nice to have two campuses actually. So yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to have two places to go, and that's really cool. So the next one, hello, thanks for the presentation. Wanted to ask if the lectures are ever held at UCL Bloomsbury, or is it 100% based on Marshgate? So term one, it is 100% in Marshgate. Term two, we've got one class in Bloomsbury, which is commercialization of research ideas, and will be another option that we offered in 2024 for the starters in 2024, which is pharmacy startup, and that will also be offered in Bloomsbury. So you will have one module in Bloomsbury, but the rest of the modules are in Marshgate. Where can I find placement statistics for graduates of this program? We are supposed to promote something about, where are they now? Which is, I'm not very sure if Ayushi and Noah, you've been contacted by the team, but we will gonna have a promotion about where are they now? Where are our graduates now? and then we can connect you as well. We will also aim to have, a team of students who graduated and they would like to stay in touch with the current students. What I like, and probably I mentioned that to Ayushi and Noah, last year when they were in the seminars, I would like to create a group of consultants or people who might be, engaged with the society, with the community of biotech and pharmaceutical. So Ayushi and Noah, you will receive an invite from me to meet with the current cohort, and that's
Yeah.
what I do. So that's basically what we do, just to engage and to encourage interaction with each other. In my opinion, that's the key. So again, the same as answer that the same question that or the same answer I gave to your colleague. I don't know, but we are working on the initiative called Where Are They Now? If there are opportunities within campus for work, if there are part-time jobs, there are always part-time jobs. It's available, but of course, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed by GBSH. But you can always, find these opportunities available, especially now after
Mm.
Marchgate. There are so many opportunities. A lot of the students, they just want to work with UCL East. UCL East, they are counting too much on the current students because it's a huge building. It's literally, have you been, Ayushi and Noah?
Yeah, it's
You've been,
amazing.
I haven't been to the new one.
yeah, it's a huge building. And if you look at the number of students, you will feel like it's an empty building. But there are so many students here and there. But of course, there will be more opportunities available. But of course, um, we don't offer it's not part of the course. The minimum requirements is 69 mark TOEFL in the university's webpage, but I've scored 100. That's really cool. So the difference is 3 marks in writing. Will it be accepted? And again, we look at the overall, Sahel. So when you make the application and we look at everything together. So I can't really answer the question. When you apply, we'll look at your application. Someone will get a look at your application and we'll get back to you. What do you look for personal statement? Anything special in particular? I need to see your passion. I need to see why do you want to study? Why do you want to be part of the team? Why this course is for you? Why do you think you will contribute? The last thing I want is someone, not to contribute to the classrooms. I want you all to get engaged. I want everybody to talk in the classroom. That's my style, and that's my expectations from all students in GBSH. So why do you think this course is for you? What will you do after graduation? So these are the type of questions you probably need to answer. And there's another question here. How do you define leadership position? So I'm not very sure I understand the question. Is it from academic perspective, or is it being like you lead and thank you very much, Sal, or you're leading a position? I'm not very sure. If you are asking this from scientific and theoretical perspective, you're asking the wrong person. I am not in the leadership research. My research is not leadership. My research is in corporate social responsibility and corporate governance. That's my research. But if you're asking me about your position to lead others, in practice, each company has its own style of leadership. So the leadership, it has different types. So it depends on the type of company. It depends on the type of the business. If I don't know if I'm answering the question or I'm drifting away from the question. Um, um, so if you can clarify this, I'm more than happy to answer your question. Is there a post-grad work allowance after the course? I'm not very sure if you are an international student or a local student. If you are an international student, you will be offered a post-study work visa. I think Ayushi, can you explain that probably in details?
Yeah, sure. So basically, once you are done with your course and your degree, you get a certificate which you can use to apply for a post-study graduate visa. So that's about a 2-year visa that you get. So you can work without sponsorship on that visa at any company. And you actually don't even have to work during those 2 years. You can look for jobs as well. So it just allows you to stay in the UK for 2 years.
Hmm. Hmm. Very good, very good. Thank you. We've got another question. Any application fee waiver available for applicants? And again, the type of scholarships, it depends on the scholarships, the type, what type of scholarships you're going for. And again, there is an application, so you need to secure a place first. And then after you secure a place, then you can go through the application, the fee waiver or scholarship application, where you'll be looking for an opportunity. There we go. And there we go. How do you define leadership for scholarships? That's really cool. That's interesting. So the leadership that we talk about here in the scholarship is related to your ability to change the world and leading others. So why do you think this course will gonna give you the right skills to lead people, and how the leadership will gonna impact the current company or initiative, or the non-profit organization or the charity that you work with, and that's why you would need a scholarship to do it. Does that make sense? I hope that clarifies. You can write down some response, but I hope that clarifies what we need in terms of the leadership, that's relevant scholarship. There are more details available on the website, so please go to the website as well and make sure that you address all the points and all the comments in the application process. All right. Okay, so we've got another 10 minutes for more questions. Well, Selena is answering the question about the recorded. The session will be recorded and it will be soon uploaded on. It will soon be uploaded on YouTube channel. Selena, will it be okay if you share that with everybody, all the attendees today as well? I think you should do that anyway. I usually receive a notification that has been on YouTube channel. There we go. We've got the channel, and we've got the link that Selena shared. We've got a question to you, Ayushi. May you please elaborate what to expect after 2-year work visa expires?
Yeah, so in that situation, you would need to be sponsored by the company that you're working for if you don't have or the UK like resident permit. So unfortunately, that's a bit of a tricky situation, but hopefully in the 2 years you build enough of a relationship that they want to sponsor you. So
Let me just tell you a little bit about that. That after a while, you will gain the knowledge, you will gain the experience, and sometimes the knowledge and experience will become very much appealing to other companies and other institutions. It's not necessarily to stay where you are. You can always change. You can always find your way. I was quite surprised to hear, some of your colleagues that they are now working as research assistants in some universities, which is quite great to hear, and research ideas. So what will going to happen after 6 months? There will be more opportunities coming, more activities will join, and you're welcome for asking the question about the leadership. Thank you very much. So more opportunities. You will get stronger. You will get you will get more into the business side, and you will get to know more people, as Ayusha said. Okay.
I'll just add something to that as well.
Yes.
Like
No.
the course gives a massive platform for you to just reach out to people on LinkedIn. There's a list of industry professionals that you can reach out to that UCL provides you, and they are genuinely so welcoming as soon as you reach out. And I mean, if you are in that position where you think you might be leaning towards the end of that and not having a sponsorship job or anything, then one, don't be scared to reach out to them and see if any of them can help you out. But also, don't be scared to take one step back, to take 2 steps forward. I know a lot of people on this course as well didn't ideally get the job that they were aiming to do, but are now really happy with like a plan that they've gone back into doing something that the course has helped them get into, but wouldn't have necessarily gone down that path, but know that they're going to get to where they wanted to by doing it. And it's all been facilitated through the course.
Yeah, fantastic. There is another question. If students are allowed to work as TAs, professor assistants, no, they're not. You can't really absorb the teaching and at the same time teach at the same time, different course. It's quite difficult and it's quite complicated. So, and just imagine you're a student coming and a student is teaching you. That's doesn't make sense, isn't it? So you need to be an established researcher. Like one of the students who joined the course, she's a PhD. She got her PhD in chemistry, I think, from New Zealand. But she wanted to study something about management. She can always sign to work with others as a research assistant or teaching, but not in GBSH. Um, so, so I hope that answers your question. Unless I'm not very sure, it's anonymous, so I don't know who asked the question. But of course, unless you have a PhD and you would like to continue your research in academia, so that will be a different type of question. Okay. So any more questions? Okay, you have been great. Thank you so much. And I would like to say thank you so much, Ayushi and Noah, for finding the time. I know it's tough when you work full time, and at the end of the day, Radi is asking you if you can join. I would like to say thank you so much, Ayushi and Noah, again, for joining. I think you've been great in the course, and I'm really looking forward to continue working with you guys. Oh, I've got a question. Just a minute. I am MTech in biotechnology, how this will MTech in biotechnology, how this course will help. I'm not very sure I understand the question. So if you are basically in the biotech company, but do you want to go for management side of the biotech? That's what we teach you. We teach you the management skills. We teach you the business mindset. I'm not very sure what does that mean. Is it a mechanical engineering or MTech? So I'm not very sure what does that mean. But if you are basically aiming to go for the management and business side of things, then this course is for you. So I would like to say again, thank you so much for everybody. And again, thank you so much, Ayushi and Noah. And I'm really looking forward to see you again in person in Margate.
No worries.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, Selena. Oh, just a minute. Another question. I'm postgraduate in MTech in technology. Yes, if you are postgraduate, you can apply for this course. In fact, we welcome students, but of course, we need to look at which university you graduated from and the details and your statements. Don't forget that. All right. All right. Thank you very much. It's almost 3 minutes to 6, or 4 minutes. So anyway, good luck with your applications and speak to you soon, everybody. If you want to contact me or you want to reach out, please feel free to do so by email at r.haloub@ucl.ac.uk. Thank you very much. Have a great night and speak to you soon. Goodbye.